and with a profound sense of pride in the officers of this great department. I will be providing you with additional details on this heinous and cowardly act that unfolded earlier this morning, when two of our officers were ambushed while responding to a call of a family disturbance by a coward and a convicted felon with a gun that he should never have had. We are still actively investigating the incident while simultaneously praying and caring for the wounded officer and her family as she's still in the hospital in stable but critical condition. I also want to thank the San Jose Fire Department personnel and the hospital medical staff that treated and are caring for our sister officer. The tremendous outpouring of support for our officer is greatly appreciated. The response to this incident by countless members of this department was swift, courageous, and commendable. Once again, I'd like to thank the several agencies who responded to the scene and assisted our officers, and who also helped us respond to calls in our city during this incident, including the California Highway Patrol, San Jose State University, Los Gatos Police Department, and the Santa Clara County Sheriff's Office. Today, at 8:20 a.m., officers responded to a call of a family disturbance at the 1300 block of Ozare Avenue. The female caller said her husband was drunk and tried to hit her. The caller stated that the male subject had broken down their bathroom door, and units were dispatched to the scene. Responding officers arrived at a two-story condominium complex with an enclosed stairway leading up to a balcony that served as the primary entrance to that residence. Less than 30 seconds after arriving, one of the officers attempted to call up to the front door balcony and announce themselves as San Jose police officers. The suspect exited onto the balcony's landing, and from a position of concealment, discharged a firearm, striking our officer. What followed next was an act of undeniable courage that few of us will ever experience. Without hesitation or consideration for himself, the officer's partner extracted the victim officer from the line of fire to a place of safety, where he began to treat her injuries. Actions that surely contributed to both of them surviving this deadly attack. The victim officer was transported by police vehicle away from the scene, then by ambulance to a local hospital. She is currently in critical but stable condition. The suspect barricaded himself inside the residence with his wife after the shooting. Officers from the Merged Tactical Unit and other specialized operations personnel responded to the scene. The suspect's wife exited the residence and was not injured. After a roughly 4-hour standoff, the suspect later exited the residence and was taken into custody. No other people were located inside. A firearm was recovered at the scene. Suspect Gabriel Carreras is 44 years old. He has an extensive criminal history. The suspect is on active felony probation out of Santa Clara County, and he's also a prohibited person and should not be in possession of any firearm. The female victim officer has 10 years of experience. She is the first female officer shot in line of duty here at the department. The male officer has 10 years of experience as an officer, 6 of those with San Jose PD, and the rest with a prior agency. Both officers are CIT trained, had their body-worn cameras activated, which recorded the incident. This is the second San Jose police officer shot in the line of duty this year. Our officers face dangers every single day. They put on this uniform and badge. They know full well that they may be confronted by such heartlessness and violence like they did today. Yet, they still go out and do exceptional work to keep our community safe. As we speak, our officers, your officers, are out there handling calls for service despite this tragic incident. Today, we are extremely blessed that we did not lose another officer. I am tired and angry that violence and firearms in the hands of those who shouldn't have them continue to be present in our communities, putting everyone in danger. I will now pass it over to Assistant City Manager Lee Wilcox.
Thank you, Chief. On behalf of our city manager and over 7,000 employees with the City of San Jose, I want to say to our injured officer and colleague and their family that our thoughts and prayers are with you tonight, and that you're weighing heavy in our hearts. The city team is wishing you a fast recovery, and all of our city employees are here to help you and your family if needed. I want to thank this department, Chief Mata, Assistant Chief Joseph, and the rest of the command staff for their leadership. I'm extremely grateful for this department and all of the officers who continue to put their uniforms on every day, and the heroics and bravery and courage that you do every time you step out on the street. It's immeasurable, and City Hall doesn't take that lightly. Thank you, and I'm going to hand it over to our mayor, Matt Mahan.
Today started off with some of the worst news imaginable. News that one of our own, one of the officers who protect us, was shot in the line of duty. We were all praying for her swift recovery and for her husband and family during this incredibly difficult time. I'm profoundly grateful for the work of our police department today and every day. Thanks to their immediate action and utmost professionalism, no one else was harmed in today's events, and there is no ongoing threat to our community. We have an exceptional police department full of brave and selfless officers. Today's events are a stark reminder of the solemn oath they take to protect and serve our city, and the immense personal risk they assume as they carry out their jobs every day. I want to thank each of our officers for their service, as well as Chief Mata and Assistant Chief Joseph, who lead our department so capably. We also have a community that strongly supports our officers, and I know that our city will join me in praying for our injured officer and her family. God bless her, her family, and our San Jose Police Department. Hoy comenzó con algunas de las peores noticias imaginables. Uno de nuestros oficiales resultó herido en el cumplimiento de su deber. Oramos por su pronto recuperación y por su familia atraviesa este momento tan difícil. Estoy profundamente agradecido a nuestros oficiales por su servicio a nuestra ciudad. Gracias.
So we'll take some questions.
Can you please repeat the suspect's name and spelling, please?
Sure. First name is Gabriel, Gabriel. Last of Carreras, Carreras.
And you said he was on felony probation?
Yes.
Do you know what type of case out of Santa Clara County?
No, we're still looking into that.
What charges is he facing right now?
Attempted murder by the officers.
How old was he again?
40.
To verify that for you. 44.
Thank you.
Was the wife taken hostage during this incident?
She was inside the residence during the incident. Again, we responded to a family disturbance. She was inside the residence, but she was able to exit the residence on her own.
Approximately how long after the shooting was she able to exit the residence?
I don't have that answer. We could provide that at another time.
So this is our suspect. Are you going to email this?
Yeah, we can do that. We'll email it to the news desk.
Good. Thank you. Do you know, were the officers
Do you have a
able to
question?
return fire?
Okay. I'm sorry. Can you repeat your question?
Were the officers able to return fire when fired upon?
No, they were not.
Is there any more information that you can give us about the process of arresting the suspect? There were witnesses in the area that heard loud bangs, said their eyes were irritated, possibly tear gas being used, and also a canine.
Like I mentioned, members of our tactical and special operations units were out there doing their tactical work, and they used the equipment necessary to take the suspect into custody safely.
How many shots hit the officer? How many shots hit her?
One,
Just one.
Can you say
What
whether
part of the
the
body can you say that?
the upper body.
you say whether the officer was hit in the vest or outside the vest?
Outside the vest.
Was the suspect transported to the hospital?
Yes, he was.
Can you describe any injuries or the reason why he was taken to the hospital?
That's something that we're still looking at, and that's part of the investigation.
Was he known to San Jose police? Had you responded to this residence before for previous incidents?
I don't have that information with me.
All right, if you guys have any follow-up questions, we're going to go ahead and cut it here. If anybody would like Spanish, feel free to set up your cameras. Give you an opportunity to do so you can take that down. Chief Mano will provide some Spanish for you. If you have any other follow-up questions or something that you need clarification on, please just email us